Hello and welcome to another Vainglory commentary video. Today we have a very short video. This is the third of the series. We try to go through them and analyze it a little bit so you can get some output from the games. Try to figure out best tactics to do things. This is a very short game. There was a dropout in the middle of the game, but I think it's important to go over the draft. This is version 2.7, by the way. So initial ban of Idris on A side. On B side, we decided to ban Baron, since he's still quite big in the meta for the lane. Both of my teammates were suggesting Grace, so I decided to pick Grace. I usually enjoy playing Arden more as a captain role. Carry, Blackfeather or Ringo both would be pretty good. He ended up going for Ringo. That's fine. Ringo's been pretty good. Ever since he was released, he's been pretty good. He has been a bit neglected with all the hype around. First Gwen and then Baron. They try to counter with Alpha, but Alpha and Baptiste, but both of them are quite squishy against Rhyme, which is quite big in the meta, so we heavily suggested Rhyme. I haven't suggested that I would play Rhyme. I've been playing Rhyme a few times and I play it pretty decently. You just have to farm up real well in the early game and make sure you have boots so you can keep track of your opponents. He ended up preferring to play Rhyme himself, so that was fine. So I was left with Grace, and thus we come to the video about building for Grace. So, what do people do for Grace early on? Of course, you should have a fountain, as usual. Second item for Grace can be debatable. Bear in mind, I'm not a pro Grace player, so if I'm saying something wrong, feel free to call me out in the comment section below. What some people do on the second item for Grace is either vision or try to build up defense. Some people go for the echo as well. I don't think echo is a good second item. It might be a good third item. It's definitely very powerful with Grace, since you can heal twice. That would be very powerful. But I prefer to do a little more defense instead. Either the Atlas Ballroom or Reflex Block, depending on the situation. In this case, they try to pick a fight early on. We had Rhyme, so it was pretty easy to defend. I don't know what they were thinking, really. And I ended up going to the lane to help out Ringo. Ringo was having some trouble, was already half health. We tried to gank Vox, which was relatively easy. So I had a defensive contract to help protect Ringo. So we're pretty in a good lead early on. Rhyme farming, as he should do early game. You don't want to pick a lot of fights with Rhyme early on. Because it doesn't have as much sustain as he will have in mid-game, late-game. So I really want to scale Rhyme. Just easy farming. Try to protect Ringo as much as possible. He fell into the Baptiste second time, but we punished him for that, so that was fine. Ringo ended up having to warp back home. Still don't have the hang of that stun thing with Grace. I'm so used to Finn, and Finn seems to be a lot more encompassing. Ah yes, I just have to practice more. I just wanted to poke some damage into Vox. I might have been overextending a little bit there. Ringo is farming well. Should be aware of Baptiste putting on the Malice Verdict, I think it's called.
Temptation is human. but so is willpower.
Rhyme at this point apparently dropped out of the server, which was bad. I don't know if there was server problems or not, but he recovered. So Welly doing a lot of damage. He apparently went to the shop. Wanted to offer me that heal, regen, tree end, but I didn't really need it that much. Got a gank Vox, but he was too far away, so... Good defensive position on Vox side.
The safe path will get us nowhere.
So yeah, we were pretty confident with this composition. I mean, Baptiste can do a lot of damage, especially if you don't have reflex block. Alpha can also be a bit deadly, but not against Rhyme. Rhyme completely dominates Alpha. Even if she goes on towards him, he can just keep throwing his ice Meg tricks at him. And that's pretty much it. And apparently Baptiste never returned to the game. Don't know if it was server problems or he just quit, but that was a full win for us. But yeah, I think this video is still interesting for people who want to check out drafts and early game compositions, especially for Grace and Rhyme. So hope this video was useful. Bye bye, take care.